Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, everyone. So excited to see you. I do hope that everyone is at home clapping their hands. Um, I would clap mine right now, but my dogs are sleeping, so we're just gonna, I can snap. So I wanted to come live today and say a few things and give some information about the upcoming events in Austin. What's up, Marilyn? Um, what's up, Jane, Susan? Hello, everyone. Kim, nothing but love. So excited that you're all here. Corsets and curls, love you. Um, so first of all, I wanted to say thank you so much for your support. One of my mods, Dumpster Juice, will tell you that she's been trying to get me to write my book because y'all don't even know the half of my backstory. And to start speaking out, and another one of my friends, Tarsha, who is an amazing author. You should look up her books, L.D. Curtis. She's great. But I'm overwhelmed by the support. I'm overwhelmed by the messages in my email, and I just really want to say thank you for all of your support. It's nothing I ever expected, and um, it warms my heart. I love to see that you got a VPN. Love that. Um, and I don't think I realized how much I'm in therapy, right? But, I don't think I realized how satisfying it is to go out there, but also how triggering it is to go out there. Um, you hear the survivors of this cult talk about interacting with the Sea Org or with any Scientologist, and let me tell you, when you are, face to face, it's so weird. And it is upsetting and it's weird. And so I'm not apologizing when I went into a blackout rage. I'm just trying to say that I just don't always want to be like that. But it is, hi Gregor. Um, you are not a stalker. Y'all are just here to hang out and clap with me and support me, and I couldn't be more thankful. They trigger me. And so number one, I want to say, if you're coming out to join me, if you're going out to your own org, be prepared. It's upsetting. It's upsetting. I 0 out of 10 would recommend just having a conversation, but 10 out of 10 do it because somebody's got to. I am from Michigan. This is a Detroit Tiger shirt. I grew up in the Rochester area. I went to Unfortunately, I went to Hillsdale for undergrad. That's a whole other story that we'll talk about at another time, but I went to Michigan State for grad school. And what's up from East Hemet? Hello from Michigan, Key West. I love Key West. The cycling in Key West is great. But it is hard, and you gotta learn by doing, and so, I am learning by doing, and I have support for a lot of the time I'm out there, but sometimes I'm just out there by myself, which honestly has been also amazing therapy. Just to know that I can go out there, and after so many, really gross people telling me that my voice didn't matter or that I needed to be quiet or tone it down, it is so satisfying. It's so satisfying to go out there and just unleash the pent-up stuff I have inside, to these child trafficking weirdos. Oh, sorry, we're not using weirdos anymore because as I was reminded in my email, and I'm sorry that I don't remember exactly who sent that to me, apologies, but I heard it. We're gonna start calling them kooky creeps because we're gonna keep Austin weird, but not popsicle people weird. That's our term, and we're not gonna let them have that. Edmonton, I love all of the Canadian love. My dad's family is from Montreal. And so I kind of grew up speaking a mixture of English, Yiddish, and Quebecois. So um, always a good time. I mean, I did call her the B word, and I meant it. The way that she was just the look in her face was like that just, like, condescending smile. She was giving very much Mike Rinder vibes, and I'm not trying to get into that here, but you know what I mean. I don't have to say anymore. Yeah, we're gonna keep Austin weird, but not Popsicle People Xenu weird. Um, Tree Holland, come out anytime. So let's talk about what's gonna be happening in the next couple of weeks. Um, I am looking at the application right now on another screen. It is still in review. I do believe that it will happen on the 24th. I have no reason to believe um, that it will not happen because, as other creators have stated, it'll have to wait till May or April or May. Now, if they wait until April and they do it on my birthday, also not gonna be mad about that, but I'd really like it to happen the 24th because, I know there are folks planning on coming from out of town, um, from Houston, from San Antonio, from all their places, and so I'm gonna try to keep you updated as much as possible so that it's not problematic to your budget or travel plans. Will they be out tomorrow? So I will be out tomorrow. I will be out there with a few other folks. There are some people coming in from out of town to help. There are some locals. Silver Fox and Acupunk will be out there. I'm gonna probably show up in the afternoon. Those people know what time I'm gonna come out. But just like, maybe sometime after brunch and before dinner, closer to brunch. I know they're watching. I see their little snarky comments, and I know they're watching my TikTok because they're trying to strike my stuff, and it's hilarious. Um, Pardon me while I open an adult beverage. I'm gonna try to, keep it under control. But so tomorrow, it should stop raining by about 9. So I'll be out there a couple hours afterwards. Sunday, they have a post that I posted about, from the leaked Facebook saying that they're gonna try to sell books from 12 to 4. I I will pause for a sip of water before I have my adult beverage. How's that? I also have my partaking essentials with me as well. Um, Sunday, they advertised on Facebook that they are trying to have a book selling event from 12 to 4. I find that hilarious considering that all I need to do is show up there and give the clear cognition and they run away. So one of the reasons that works is that Kyle, our friend, Clap and Kyle, he's the only one there that's knowledgeable enough, met the whatever requirements, spent enough money, whatever, to be able to audit and hear that clear cognition. They're bringing folks in from out of town. But the reason that we're not seeing repeat offenders out there is that they're not clear. So the only thing I'm going to change about that is being very explicit that I'm giving them the clear cognition, just in case they're confused. It's I did make up my own reactive mind, and I'm not doing it anymore. Like, whatever. The fact that that makes people run away, amazing. I do have the OT level 3 that I will play, and I was talking to some people that have more knowledge about this Una secta than I do, and they're like, if they copyrighted you, they would have to admit that that's real. So I'm gonna give it a whirl. Worst case scenario, I just let YouTube mute that part. Surge is here. I'll never stop. Surge, I just have to say, while I'm not in the middle of like a blackout rage on a street with cars behind me, I can never thank you enough for sharing your story. I can't apologize enough that you've had to do this much emotional labor, you and all the survivors, Liz and Lara and Aaron and everyone, and I never name everybody, but I mean all y'all 'cause I've listened, and so we hear you, and the reason that I'm effective in the streets is that I've picked up the lingo, but I can tell your story. I can tell your story. Serge, specifically yours. I feel like and if I'm wrong and if I'm misrepresenting it, like, reach out anytime and be like, "That is not what happened. Please stop saying that." But we're here as your supporters to help you with the lift on that emotional labor. Um, I think one of the reasons that we all identify is that we've all been in a situation where we have felt like we did not consent to something, where we were condescended to, where we were brought out as a showpiece when necessary and shoved in a corner when we were inconvenient. And um, I'll never stop talking about that ever, ever, ever. And I can never thank you enough for being strong enough, eloquent AF to share your story and enable people like me to retell it when I tell you how effective that is when I'm out there. And if people read my sign that says something about child trafficking and they ask for an example, and I can just talk about Serge's story, I could talk about Liz and Lara. You can't walk away from that, and that is so powerful. Yes, I like to clap and scream. Yes, I like to have musical numbers. But the real interactions that I have when I'm talking to students, when I'm like the guy that came to help me yesterday that worked at the university, um, he came over because he heard me yelling that it was a creepy cult. He had had an interaction with them before, and then he heard the sirens, and he was like, "Absolutely not." I'm like, "I'm gonna help that lady. I don't even know who she is." So your stories enable us to make the impact. Your description of what auditing is, what the hotels are, all of those things, like, it's in here, and now I feel like I can recite it. I also just as a question, because I had the clear cognition, do I get, like, a piece of paper or something? Do I have to, like, touch cans to be, like, award no? Just okay, anyway. So, but I really want you to hear that, Serge, and I hope that if Liz and all of the rest of the survivors, if you hear this, if somebody tells you about it, I mean it, I have so much gratitude for the way that you enable us to go out with such courage and such confidence. It is so weird to go stand on a corner, especially when I didn't have a sign at first, and just scream at a cult. But I did it, and when people asked me questions, I could talk about Serge. And Serge, your story is just gripping to anyone who hears it. And so, the college kids know, they're aware of it. What they're not aware of is the fact that it's opening again, which is interesting to me. They all know what Scientology is. They're on TikTok, they're on YouTube, they've seen the South Park, but they just didn't know that it was opening because it's been creepy and closed for so long. So, it's great to be out there and to be able to like, see so I try to film myself. I don't wanna film students. I don't especially, because I don't know how old they are. I also don't wanna film international students or make them uncomfortable by just, like, yelling at them, like, you know? So, having the sign, being able to have a story to tell, because in my live yesterday, there was a kid that walked up and he was just like, "Do you have proof of these things?" And I was like, Indeed, I do." And I wouldn't have that, and I wouldn't be able to speak as confidently about it if we didn't have people like Serge and Laura and Liz and Miriam and everyone. So, just know that I never stop thinking about it, and, when I think Serge, when I think of your grandma being there, like, I just want a windmill, and when they sent that 82-year-old, 84, I don't care, when they sent the octogenarian out to greet me, I wanted to ask her so badly, but number 1, I didn't know the last name that they were known by, and number 2, she was clearly sent out there to just tell me that I was lying and then run away. Well, and take my picture. Again, I cannot describe to you how delightful it was to me that they all took pictures and allowed me to pose. They took multiple shots of me in a shirt that says, "Let's start a cult." Like, Scientology, you are just stay on brand because y'all just do not know what's going on. Um, so Sunday, they're gonna try to start at 12. I think that's cute. I think it's adorbs because they won't stay out longer than like a minute if I start just doing anything. They don't like cameras. I'm not certain that they're aware even. So obviously OSA knows, but I don't know if the people in the org know what's been going on in Hollywood. So they are not prepared for me. They're not prepared, and they're not prepared for anybody. And the fact that like the first day it was me and Silver Fox, and then the second time, like I hadn't had my tripod up for 2 minutes, and they were already shut down. And his Clap and Kyle coming. I would love to see Clap and Kyle. I really would. I don't so it's him and his aunt that are in the Austin org, and I haven't seen either of them. So we've seen Liz and Linda, we've seen Vicky, we've seen, um I mean, honestly, I was like, at first, I was like, not Ariel, but she is Ariel because she doesn't have a voice, and she stands there and giggles with her stupid strawberry cup. Um, but I don't know where Kyle is, but I hope so. Will he be out selling books? I hope so. I feel like Tanya probably will be. So Tanya was there the first day. Um, okay, so that's a great question too. That let me come back to. So, I haven't seen any of the people that we saw the first day again. I think it's because I'm yelling out the clear cognition and none of them are clear, which is hilarious. Like, remember that time that I said the weirdest sentence to you ever and you had to run away? Like, you're weird. But again, I can't stress this enough. When you're out there, if you come with me or you go to any of your orgs and you interact with them, it is so weird. It's weird. You like sense it. You're like, I don't want to talk to you. Like my fight or flight is like run girl run, but also like I know that you're trying to drag people into your child trafficking, elder abusing pyramid scheme cult. No, I'm just not going to let that happen. They're not afraid. They think though, if they hear confidential material that they're not supposed to hear before they've paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, that they'll get like pneumonia or die or something. Hello, Silverbird. I will see you tomorrow. And so like obviously they haven't. Like none of those people burst into flames or caught pneumonia or anything after they heard it. So but I mean learning by doing doesn't seem to be something that they're interested in. So corsets and curls. They're scared. Do they realize that you're live streaming? Okay, so again, I think that there is a difference between like what OSA knows and what the directors at that org know versus what the people that are out on the street are no. Okay, so and I don't even know I don't know how fundamentalist they are to avoid the internet. It seems like they avoid the internet. So I don't know if they think that I'm just recording or live streaming, but either way, the fact that they will march up to me and take my picture as if like, have they not discovered that I enjoy a stage? I'm out there clapping and singing like a crazy person. And you think like you taking your picture with your like iPhone 8 is gonna really like throw me off? Or we've got like what's her name from the Titanic coming over to like tell me about how much she misses Jack and how much she loves L. Ron and Scientology. Like, get out of here. And when I asked some people that have more knowledge about this than me, I was just like, "Is this the best they have?" And their response was, "Yes." And I was like, "Oh, bet." So I'm gonna be there all weekend, um, because I want them to know that I'm not going away. And I hope that they come out. I just don't know how long they're gonna stay out on Friday. Now let's talk about the 24th. So Oh, they have that picture on file. They have the picture so they have the picture that Vicky took the first time when, oh, hey there, we're not. So they have the picture that Vicky took of me when I was with Silverbird. They have the picture that, Brunhilde, what was her name? Gareth, that she took of me. And one of the guys that was out at the table with, the Little Mermaid, he was taking pictures of me. There were also other people just, like, walking by taking pictures. When I tell you that I want to see a picture of the collage that they sent to David Miscavige, I'm not joking. I wanna see it. Show me the whole collage. Like, what one is the center picture? Like, how have they arranged these things? Did they put filters on me? Like, tell me all the things because that's really what I'm interested to know. Yep, you can see my diploma, and that's my big diploma. That's my PhD diploma. They know who I am. You think they don't know who I am? Let them look me up. They can find out about me. So I'm not sure how long they're gonna be out there on Sunday, but the 24th. So there are 2 permits that they need to get approved. One is for the special event itself, and the second one is for the right of ways, which is to close off, like, basically the whole neighborhood if they have their druthers. So, I think that oh, n you're good. No offense. Look, you could I will not be offended. If you guys are trying to help me and you guys are just in the comments, like, I'm not going to take offense to it. Like, unless you're just like, "Go F yourself," and then I'm gonna be like, "LOL, you first," and then I'm gonna block you. But you're not gonna offend me. Anyway, so there's 2 type of event permits. They have the special event one, which is in review, which is for the 24th. When that gets approved, the one that has the street closures, originally, again, filed by our good friend Jean, who doesn't know what year it is, they will update the dates, not just from 2023, but to 2024. And then I'll know what streets they're asking to be closed off and which ones, they were denied, that closure for. And I will post all about it. So it's public record. You can if you just Google Austin permit sites and then go down to the bottom box, just type in the street, Guadalupe, and type in like the event name, just put Scientology and it'll pull up. You might just need to like backdate it a little bit because it's past the date they filed it, whatever. So if it like the minute it gets denied, I will post about it. I will tell everyone, and let everyone know just so that their travel plans can be fixed. But I would love to see a lot of people out there because we're gonna need a lot of angles. So they have the loading dock in the back where they all take smoke breaks. They have I mean, like, it's not that I mind the reactions, but it's just never when I actually need it. Maybe I should just hold these up. So the first exit is when they have their smoke breaks on the loading dock. Then there's the front door. And then around the side, there's a side door. So it'd be really great if we could have eyes all those places. Now I'm gonna get there early. The event is scheduled now from 2 to 3. I don't care how long I have to camp out. I'm going to yell at Davy to his stupid little face. I'm gonna do it, and you can't stop me. If anyone knows, and I can find it too, but if anyone happens to know, like, the, number for Tom Cruise's plane, that way I can track it on FlightAware. They're not the only ones that have access to, like, how people travel. So, that is so pack it up, pack it up, pack it up, pack it up, pack it up. Maybe I should bring these. Because, like, I did look back at the videos when people were like, "I love to see you clapping like a seal," and I was like, I do look like I'm clapping like a seal. You don't think he's gonna show? I think he has to show, and here's why. I think he has to show. Because, Elron's little birthday party on March 13th, they want that video. They want the video of little Davy cutting that ribbon. They wanna see little Davy with the city council, little Davy with the mayor. They want that footage. So, I think Davy wants to come? And will I always call him Davy? 100%. Do I think that little Davy wants to go there? No. No, do you think he gives a shit? No, he does not, he does not. But he needs that footage to keep the money coming in for his grift. Um So Ellie, thank you, yes. So, number 1, I'm gonna put it through somewhat of a voice changer, but it's important that the Scientologists hear that it's L run. And again, from people that I know on the inside that are helping, for them to copyright strike that, they would have to admit that it's real. So, um, I'm glad you like my sweatshirt. You know, it's funny. This is one of the only good things that I have from my narcissist ex who definitely contributed to some of that rage that I slung at those, folks out there on Wednesday. Um, but so as soon as I know, like, what the streets are and the sidewalks are, I'll let everyone know. There's no way they can close off the coffee shop. And also across the street is still a really good view. I mean, if you think about, like, where, the folks in Hollywood stand when they're at AOLA and they're, like, all the way back and zoom it, we're gonna be closer than that even if we have to stand across the street. But I don't see them closing down any lanes of Guadalupe for any amount of time, and I don't see them closing the bike lane down either. So, come out with your cans up, Rachel, come out with your cans up. So, um, another thing about logistics. So, I am not detail oriented. Is that me? I don't know if you've noticed. I'm kinda spacey, I'm a little flighty, I am neurospicy. I'm very smart, but I am not detail oriented at the level of, like, helping people coordinate things. I also appreciate what Streets LA has said and the way that he has done this from him starting this in LA. And frankly, I'm not starting it, I was just, like, the first and the loudest to show up because Aaron was the one that broke the news. I digress. I think that not organizing it is the best way to do it. I know it's hard for people that are coming from out of town, which is why I'm trying to give dates that are as solid as I am aware of. So, like, Sunday the 4th and then the 24th. But I would encourage you to just show up. Even if you just stand there with a camera and talk to your live and maybe, like, you don't have to yell. You don't have to, like, make up songs. You don't have to, like, put on a whole show. I love to put on a show. I love improv, I love theater, I'm a singer, I'm a dancer, I play instruments, I love public speaking. I don't know if that's clear. I mean, I may have come off as slightly introverted. Anyway, you don't have to do all that. Just show up and film them and they'll freak out. Um, so if I'm not there, other people should be there. And, if there is a way that we can coordinate it so that there's more people at one time, that's great. But number 1, don't put me in charge of that. It'll be a hot mess express. So, um, if y'all wanna start a Google Doc and share it around, I can post that to my community tab. We can post it in here and stuff, but, like, it's not gonna be me. It's not gonna be me. And that is not to discourage anyone from coming or to make anyone feel bad to be like, "Oh my gosh, I asked." Look, it's just not me. If y'all wanna do it, heck yeah. But for me to do it, it will be a disaster. I'm an ideas person. I'm an ideas person. I'll make shit happen when it needs to happen, but, like, coordinating in the details, you may as well ask me to fill out a budget. Not gonna happen. Exactly. God does laugh when we make plans. You can plan a pretty picnic, but you can't predict the weather, in the words of, Outcast also. Um, so if you've emailed me or reached out to me and been like, "I wanna help coordinate," and I've just been kinda cagey about it, that's why. I'm not being cagey because I'm like, "Ew, not you." I'm being cagey because I'm like, not me." So, if there's a way that I can help facilitate that, share information, if you send me stuff and you're like, "Hey, there's a group of us from Austin," I will put you in touch with other people from Austin, but I also don't wanna, like, give out people's emails and stuff to one another if y'all haven't given me permission. So if you're like, "I'm from Houston, and please share my information with the other people that you know from Houston," I'm happy to do that in an email, no problem. Um, but I can't be in charge. I can't be trusted, um, and I to be honest with you, I don't wanna do it. I don't wanna do it. Um, so that's, I think, all I had for, like, housekeeping stuff. If anyone has any questions about those dates or, um, how they can help, I mean, truly just, like, show up. Just keep showing up. I have thought about I just don't wanna go on TikTok Live. I'm happy to post my shorts, um, and make clips and stuff from my lives on YouTube to TikTok, but they're already trying to copyright strike me and mess with my stuff. So, like, why? Wait, who's okay, see, and then wait, who's got cops? I don't know. It's probably not in a place where I am, so, um, you did send me a song, and I love it, and it will be used. So that's the other thing too. If y'all send me stuff to put in my thumbnails, I will use it and give you a shout out. If you write poetry or anything like that, I will read it. Whatever, like, I'll take all suggestions. Also, if you email me and you're just like, "Please don't take this the wrong way," I was just thinking, I won't take it the wrong way. I'm a grown up. I appreciate constructive criticism. Um, yes. Mm. If you have Kindle Unlimited. Ooh, that's how I show st look at that. Look at me learning how to use StreamYard today all by myself. Um, so HD2, so I saw the picture but I didn't know that he made a post about it. So yeah, there's 4 new staffers, and the guy with, like, the longer hair, the tallest one, because for some reason, Scientology, like, lines people up like it's The Sound of Music, and in their pictures, it's very weird. Um, Maybe it's representing the bridge to total freedom, I don't know. But that's the guy I see him all the time, smoking out back. So, I've seen him, I've just never seen him he's part of the mullet, right? So there's, like Scientology is a big mullet. It's like business in the front, party in the back. So, most of the time, he's with the party in the back part. Oh, it's that Hillsdale. It's that Hillsdale. Mhm. Undoubtedly. They have to keep bringing in they're probably just desperately trying to find anyone that they can bring in that has already gone clear, because I keep ruining it for everyone. Let's see. I appreciate you putting this in here. I would appreciate any donations, but by no means do you feel that you need to. I have reached my watch hours and everything, but it takes, like, a week for me to be able to get, like, super chats and stuff, but, please do not feel obligated, but also, like I said before, I will not send it back. When I tell you that it is my pleasure to troll Scientology, to get my scream therapy in, and, to bring it to them and to make y'all laugh. It's my pleasure. See, that's why we love Nancy. That's not my gig. It's just not me. Now spreadsheets, yes. Organizing people, no, unless you're my staff. And most in every place that I've worked, my staff have been very well compensated, and it's likely because of the work that they do, but also because they have to deal with me. Let's see. I'm glad I don't really care about dead air like Aaron. Um, so Gregor, I'm not trying to make a big thing about this, but I think that you're delightful and you are welcome here. I also acted in high school and I acted in college. And I think my favorite, and I'll try to dig up pictures for y'all. So I did a one act version of Oedipus. So like the young boy that was in love with his mother. Irony. Anyway. Um but it was a one act play and it was like a mockery of that. And I played like the Jewish mother version of Yocasta, and my first line from off stage was "Yoo-hoo, oh Eddie!" Like 10 out of 10, one of my favorite roles that I've ever played. I love watching your chats and just like seeing y'all talk to one another. It's great. Okay, see, this is what this right here. Yes, 10 out of 10. Put your cans in the air like you just don't care. Yep, that's going in. It's going to the repertoire. Excellent point. Excellent point. That's why I'm waiting to see the actual road closures that they're gonna do, because they're asking for days. Like some of they want some of the sidewalks and streets closed for multiple days, before and after. And it's just like, who do you think you are? I mean, we know who you think you are, but who do you think you are? Because we already know. Too bad we already looked. We know. We looked behind the curtain and it's creepy and gross. And we don't like it. Let's see. Troll alert. I don't know who that is, but let him come in. Thanks for the engagement. Thanks for the viewing hours. Love you, Mina. Okay, bye. So this always just makes me so mad. Like, if you leave here, all you're gonna do is flip burgers. Okay, well, McDonald's has like a tuition reimbursement plan. So, like, what's the problem? Like, what's the problem? Also, though, try being an unemployed PhD and trying to get a job at McDonald's or at Tiff's Treats to deliver cookies. Can't do it. So I have to like lie on resumes to get, part-time jobs sometimes. Yep. Yep. Most capital cities tend to be, but yes, Willie Nelson wouldn't have it any other way. Dallas, Houston, and Austin are probably the most liberal. And let me just be real clear about Dallas, not Fort Worth. All day. All day. His hands will be burning. Mhm. Hello, Cloudy Water Tracy. Okay, gentle note, make sure to read out the comments you're replying to for those of us who are multitasking. I should know better because that's generally how I listen to YouTubes, especially longer ones. I'm washing dishes, walking the dogs, all that stuff. Okay, so our local Taco Bell offers insurance and benefits. So the Taco Bells here, if you want to be a manager, it's 165K a year because they're just like, please, please. But I have been a people manager before, and no, no, thank you, no, thank you. So HD2 said, for real, I've had a hell of a year being overqualified. Me too. I So one of the other big peak narcissists in my life was my boss at a former job, the one that I blew the whistle on, and I blew it for a couple reasons. There was like I had a list. But that was where I was shut out for arguing for um, socioeconomic and racial equity and measurement. I really hurt his feelings because it turns out that white men do not like to hear from white women that they're being racist. Who knew? So, yeah, I've been persona non grata. for a minute, which is part of the reason that I got into, cybersecurity. The other part was watching, Kit Boga and all the scam baiters and watching what they were doing, and I had done most of that stuff in my job just as part of it, and then I was just like, "Wait a minute, I'm missing a few key skills here to really, like, be able to FAFO." Do I have a Cash App? Yes, I do. It is $Pearl Snappy, just like my name. So Dumpster Juice is on it. Dumpster Juice is the person in charge of my branding. Um, Thank you, Nancy. That is my Cash App. Tara Rosen says, "Don't make them pack it up so fast, then we can watch." I wish I had a choice. The last time, so the 3-minute, which by the way, I challenged somebody to beat that. She had already I could not even get my tripod up. I had the shoe on the gimbal to put into the tripod, and I was, like, struggling with it because she was, like, in my face taking pictures, and then I was, like, back in her face screaming the clear cognition like any normal person would, and so it was, like, the r part of the reason that I was, like, on when I hit go live was because, like, we had already been having an interaction, so that wasn't my choice. Like, she marched up to me and said 0 words. At least Vicky had a conversation before she, like, marched up and took my picture and then acted like she'd never heard of child trafficking in Scientology before. This one just, like, marched up, and when I gave her the clear cognition, she was just like she was just like, "I know," and I was like, "I don't even know what to do with that what do you do with that? What's that response mean?" I okay. They're weird. They make you act weird. That would be amazing. Just, like, clear cog, colon, and then the actual it's so good. Stacy Tom says, "That's my McDonald's point. The people in the orgs need to hear how much money they could make versus what they make as a staff member or Sea Org member." Yeah, not only can they make, like, anywhere between, like, 12 and $20 an hour, but, they promote from within, and they'll pay for your college, so, just, like, get out of the Sea Org already. Get out of the Sea Org. Don't ask I'm not gonna even say it. Let's just hope that more foundations open soon. I totally agree you got your ass handed to you, but then you were over at no school shootings, just street justice. I do not know if that's to me or not, but, yeah, I think I missed something there. If you're a Thetan and you know it, clap your hands. If you're a Thetan and you know it, clap your hands. If you're a Thetan and you know it, clap your hands. This is totally what I thought I'd be doing with my PhD, y'all, clapping with plastic hands. Rem Art says, "Oh, also tell them that it's really hard to get many employees to approve overtime's only 40 hours with that super low hourly rate." Mhm. Here's the thing, I think I'd be fine until 4th meal. I think I'd be I think I'd be fine till 4th meal. Be Kind said, "You crack me up, crap." Maybe I do, I hope I don't. "You crack me up, Pearl Snappy." I'm with you on not wanting to be responsible for any workers except for myself. Yeah, if I have to manage people, I hope that they've negotiated their salary well, um, because I see what you're doing because I also used to be your age and tried to get away with stuff, so, like, I see it, and it's painful when you try to lie to me. But also, I generally tend to manage, like, PhD statisticians, which not the same personality as this PhD statistician, so they're almost like Scientologists, to be honest. They're, like, kind of freaked out and like, too much talking." Um, you are not trying to okay. Afila says, "PS, not trying to follow you around. I spend too much time on YouTube, but I still wanna be besties." 100%, and also, I feel the same way when I'm in lives and I'm like, hey, everyone," and it's just like, even though I just saw you, like, 2.5 minutes ago. EA says, "I'm planning to be at the opening with you. I'm not loud and creative, but I can definitely be a warm body with the camera." That is amazing. The support will be great. I also feel like it becomes a little bit contagious. Like, at some point, you're gonna wanna holler. May the force dang. Thought my MBA would be a game changer, but it's just a big loan. No one cared. C'est la vie. Got an analyst state job finally. That's awesome. Get that state job money. Get that pension. Get it, girl. Get it. So I enjoy pierogi, although he has a little bit of controversy surrounding him right now, and I hope that him and his family can work that out. I'm a big, so I love Kit Boga, but I also love Jiggy. So I think Jiggy is probably one of my favorite scam baiters. Um, and I like, Scammer Revolts too, especially when he has the chicken, it's so good. But here's what I don't like about pierogi, and this is what I will say that has nothing to do with his personal situation. He has a very interesting relationship with his bestie Jesus, and I got banned from the chat because he did something awesome, and I said, "Hell yeah." And then I got a whole whisper on Twitch to be like, "Pierogi likes to keep it, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "I said, 'Hell yeah.'" Like, I'll see myself out, thank you. So, but here's the thing, Rose Petal, the work that he does and the way that he gets that huge group together every year, I hope he does it more frequently. It's awesome. 10 out of 10. The stuff that they've been able to do is amazing. His personality grits on me a little bit, but no shame to his game. He is amazing, and he's one of the people for sure that encouraged me to learn how to have a virtual machine and use Kali and have my I don't even know where my have my Flipper Zero that I'm definitely totally not ever having with me when I'm at Scientology. So, yeah, I liked how I had a conversation with Vicky too, and that was my first interaction with a Scientologist in the wild, and I was so terrified. My leg was shaking, and I've spoken in front of some big crowds before. It doesn't matter. Scientologists are weird. And I also didn't know how she was going to react. But I also know that she probably is spending many, many hours being audited because of what I told her and because of the length of time that she listened and because our besties, Osa, hey Osa, I know you're watching. What's up, girl? I'm sure that they are very well aware of what she heard. Um, I don't know if they put Mima on there, but Afila said, "Still watch for the whole hour even though you already shut them down in minutes." I was just like, I have to be here for the people. I have to be here for the people." And the sign makes it so much easier to stand out there, even if there's no one there, because people do engage with the sign. Clap your cans. Clap your can. Love that. Bridget said, "Geek Squad is here to support you." We love it. Loving all the claps. Let's see. See, Gregor, people like you here. You're good. You're good. Don't you worry. If you're a Thetan, do that. I'm not going to read that one out, but I 100% agree with the sentiment. What happened with pierogi? So, do you know who Savannah Marie is on YouTube? She covers a lot of anti-MLM stuff, but she's been kind of branching out into some more long form stuff. Her most recent video covers that. Like, I really hope that he can work things out with his family. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Say hi to my mom. Hi, Mom. Love you. You're the best. Thanks for not putting me in a cult. Thanks for not putting me in a child trafficking cult. 10 out of 10. And again, just in case you wanna throw a tip, just finished a master's, Phyllis says. Struggling to get into what I wanna do even though I have years of industry experience. I get it. That's why I have an LLC. It's hard. It's hard out here for a nerd. Um, it's like you're either so overqualified that they're just kicking you out or you're I don't know what they want, and then you've got the AI reading of the resumes, it's a mess. I don't even know if I'm like, am I is it me? Is it AI? Is it the company? I don't know, but you know what? When the people that want to work with you find you, you'll know, even if it really is hard in the meantime, and I've been fun employed for a couple of years, just scraping together what I can, and also, um, with some help from my mom. Thanks, mom. I love Corsets and Curls says, "I love scam baiters too. We're gonna go after them once Scientology is shut down." So, yeah, the scam baiter community is amazing. Chappie Gray she's a mod in almost all their stuff. She works with Ray a lot too. She was really helpful when, some of my family members and some family friends um, got scammed by, like, the PayPal or, whatever tech support scams that, like, it hit everybody, and her ability to walk me through what needed to be done to help them because, like, of course, they got, like, the stuff installed, I can't think of the name of it right now, but the one that's, like, it's not a process, it doesn't show up as a process. What a mess. So, I love the scam baiters, I love what they're doing, and I think at some point I'd like to make some content about, just preventative measures 'cause I mean, that's not what they're there to do necessarily, is to make that content. They're there to show what's happening and to entertain us, and I totally understand, but I'll make some, hopefully easy to digest content about how to protect yourself. Um Gregor says, "Good. Remember going out all night with older teens, cruising, getting high, and go to house parties." Look, yep, that was so also the 90s, also the 90s. That was definitely, my life as much as Vicky tried to prevent it. I always found a way around it, about 95% of the time. And even if I didn't, she still let me do it. Super Sloth. Hey, Pearl, looking snappy. Wait, is that a thing? Spring, Texas in the hizzy. Where'd the Pearl Snappy handle come from? So my last name is Pearlman, and because Texas, Western shirts, the Pearl Snap buttons, but Pearl Snap was taken on social media, so Pearl Snappy it became. Absolutely, I'll be very disappointed if folks, show up here and that does not happen. Oh, everyone's saying hi to my mom, love it. I'm behind. Now I see how this goes. This is so much easier on StreamYard, though. Atkins in Texas, I've missed a bunch, but I feel like there may have been lots of talk about being educated and overqualified. Everyone I know in Austin is, I feel like, true. There's a lot of us nerds here. And then there's a lot of the tech companies that tried to make this Silicon Valley 2.0. Um, and now we've got Google laying people off. We have Elon making people sleep at the factory and people not being able to resell their trucks. And now they're recalling all the Teslas in the United States. So that's it's gonna be fun. But Elon Musk making a company town. You love to see it. Also, I don't know if any of you are familiar with the whole Illuminati drama, but like it's giving very much Scientology. AI is taking over for them being AI, they aren't so smart. Well, they're only as good as the parameters that somebody put in, right? Um, anytime I hear Terre Haute, Indiana, so somebody said, "Did you grow up in Terre Haute?" Definitely not talking to me because nope. But I think of A Christmas Story. And I feel like I, like the dad, when they talk about him leaving a large string of swears that's, like, hanging out over Lake did he say Lake Michigan? I think he did. That's what I left over the Scientology org the other day. External affairs, someone was a towel. Well, I hope that they're okay. An LLC is a limited liability company. That is what you use to set up an individual consulting firm. So it allows you to have an EIN so you could get paid for consulting. They just don't take taxes out. And it's also what you use to as like a doing business as to open a business account. And it's also where you purchase your insurance. So like for me, I'm doing analysis on student test data. If I mess that up, I don't have the money to pay for that. So you get insurance, and so all that goes through an LLC. You can also get an S corp. There's lots of stuff. Recommend LegalZoom. I have to. Delta Fly Chick says I have to start at the beginning because I am needing me some Pearl Snappy. Girl, give me those watch hours. Don't you threaten me with a good time. Edwin says, Pearl Snappy, it's not you. AI is the new HR. No human involvement, screening, interview. I know. I know. It's really a pain. In order to get a job, you have to know somebody or really dig in and get contacts and just build your network. Put it out on LinkedIn that you're looking. Anybody that you've worked with before, just put out a post on LinkedIn that I'm looking for work. That's how I got my most recent consulting job. They found me through LinkedIn and then contacted me through my website. So, I mean, the stuff I'm working on right now, I did not apply for, and I've been applying for literally everything for 2 years. Pearl, they're almost bankrupt my father after my mother. Those scammers, they have no shame. So what Bridget is saying is that they almost bankrupted the scammers, the people from the fake tech support things, the PayPal scams, you got Amazon delivery or you got an Amazon charge, all those scams. They almost bankrupted her father after her mother's death. Those scammers are as bad as Scientology. They might be worse, to be honest with you. Because I don't know. That's an interesting philosophical question because those scammers will ruin your life immediately. They'll just drain your money unless they set you up to be, what's it called? The people that, traffic the money. Really, I can't think of that word. So, I mean, they'll just take your money immediately in one day. It's really, really gross. All right, this is all about high school. I don't know about that. Be kind. That's funny. I thought Pearl Snap. No, I was Pearl Snappy way before Aaron, but I do like to make jokes about clutching my own pearls, and that is where I came up with. I did not come up with where my friend from college, Michelle, and her boyfriend, husband. Wow, that I also call him my friend from college because the minute we met, it was just like we were best friends. But he started writing down. He's got an actual little book where he's written down my pearls of wisdom. All right, a lot of people from North 87. Okay, a lot of Indiana goodness up in here. All of my exes live in Indiana. We're just gonna not talk about it. Wait, hold on. That's not the one I wanted to click on. Oh wait, it is. Alice Wonderland said Alice Wonderland, which is one of Kit Boga's names, right? Maybe I missed it. What area of cybersecurity are you most interested in? Red team, purple team, blue team, pen testing. So forensics is my vapesies. But the most amount of experience that I have is in data governance. And so I do kinda like the architecture and coding side, but I care the most about data governance. This is the one I want. Unapologetically me said the scammers did it to my mom in the last year of her dying from cancer. Fuck scammers. I I hate them. I had to actually take a break from that because it's so heartbreaking. And one of the things I think that breaks my heart watching, like, pierogi, especially when they have that like, the big group of all the scam baiters together, is just, like, hearing the victims on the phone. It makes me irrationally angry that, like, and then their attitude, just being like, "Oh, well, all Americans are rich." I beg to differ. I beg to differ. Um, it's gross. I do hate them, and we can go after them. I mean, one of the things that I did learn in cybersecurity is how to build a virtual machine and do all of those things, so I'm kinda down, but right now, there's a child trafficking cult trying to open 2.5 miles from my house, and so Imma go yell at them. Martha, what? Scientologist to squad. Mindy. Like today? Well, I guess we know that she's not a plant, huh? Just kidding. I don't I feel bad about saying that even. Okay, Fila says, Squirrel Squad are all okay from what I'm seeing. That's great. Um, Stop it. You stop it right now. Did my mom tell you to say that? They used to call me a Yenta Ganessa. It's true. It's true. I'm a Yenta. Um, and with that, um, I did just want to, I'm gonna leave that one up there because the accuracy, the accuracy. I hope that I will see you folks out there tomorrow. I will be out there with some friends around after lunch and before dinner, but closer to lunch. And at their stated hours on Sunday from 12 to 4. We'll see how long they can manage to stay open. I love that there is a Terre Haute reunion. If any of you know my ex Peter Krause, tell him I said hello and to call me. Just kidding, but maybe not. But yes, thank you for coming and hanging out with me. Thanks for chatting with me. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to show appreciation to everyone who supported me and certainly all the survivors that enable me to go out there and be as effective as I am. I am still overwhelmed by the sport. I love making y'all laugh as I troll this stupid, creepy cult. And I will see y'all tomorrow. I will have the tripod set up so that I can clap and hold the sign and do I don't wanna be encumbered by the gimbal. I also, I feel like DOA has made a commitment to come here on the 24th for the opening, and I just want it to be known that if that doesn't happen, I feel like my heart will be broken a little bit. So there's, like, I have a giant street and a big driveway for the van, got a tiny house in the yard, washer, dryer, and shower. Like, what's the problem? There should be no problem. Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Y'all are the best. Love you guys. Oh, see now. Oh, okay. I was gonna say I was gonna be mad if it didn't work when I actually want it to work. So thank you so much. I will see y'all tomorrow. Y'all are the best. Now pack it up. Pack it up. And also on your way out, like it or come out with your cans up. Okay, love you. Thanks, Mina. Bye.